Hello traders and welcome to the market opening preview on a Friday, November 20th, 2015. Traders, great to be with you, coming to you live from Pattaya, Thailand. Bright blue sunny skies, white sandy beaches, and a beautiful Gulf of Thailand today. Water looks absolutely gorgeous this morning. Cool breeze, no air conditioning. It is a good day. Traders is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Please come visit us at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. Trader, got a lot to talk about on this Friday. Some news coming up and a couple of people talking on microphones today. We'll get to that in just a minute. Let me introduce myself to you. My name is William Gilday, and I am your moderator for the market opening preview series every single trading day before the London Open. Traders, I started trading in the year of 2006, and in 2008 I retired from a wonderful 27-year career as a firefighter paramedic out of the great state of Florida. 9 days later, came for a 3-month holiday in Thailand. Well, traders, I am still here 8 years later. I trade Forex every single day, and I love being in front of my charts, and I love what I do. It's just so much fun. My first job was an adrenaline kick, and now my second job is an adrenaline kick, so it's all right. So I'm always looking for opportunities and probabilities to get a win in my win-loss column, and I do that reading charts and price action and price structure, support, resistance. I use Fibonacci a lot, and I also listen to fundamentals. You got to know what's going on around the world. You got to, because it affects your trading. It's just what it is. You need to be. Don't have to trade the news, but you sure do need to know about it, know when it's coming out, and how it's going to affect your trade. So always protect yourself. All right, let's get the legal stuff out of the way. This is our risk disclaimer. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential risk. You must be aware of the risks to be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex markets. Most importantly, traders, please do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Traders, always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, let's move over to news and commentary. Let's take a look at the markets. Seeing some right here. The Dow 30 closed negative 0.02, just barely in the red, and the S&P 500 closed in the red at negative 0.11%, and the Nasdaq barely in the red at negative 0.03%, with the small cap 2000 negative 0.48%. Let's move over to the Eurozone. Let's take a look. The DAX closed nicely in the green at 1.14%. The FTSE 100 was positive 0.81%. The CAC 40 was positive 0.17%. And the Eurostoxx 50 out of Frankfurt was positive 0.57%. Traders, let's take a look at what's going on in Asia. Remember that these countries are currently trading as these markets are currently open. The Nikkei 225 is currently negative 0.49%. The S&P ASX 200 out of Australia is positive 0.38%. The China A50 out of Shanghai is positive 0.18%. The Hang Seng out of Hong Kong is positive 1.25%. And the Kospi out of Seoul is positive 0.05%. So that's what's going on in our indices. Let's take a look at our economic calendar. Let's see what's going on for today. It is a Friday. So we already had a bunch of FOMC members speak in the later afternoon Eastern Standard Time on Wall Street. The first one was at 12:30 in the afternoon, and then it was 16:45 hours on Wall Street was the last time. So the news calendar is kind of slow today. At the market open, we have ECB President Draghi speaking. I'm not sure what he's talking about, and on this economic calendar, it doesn't even give me an option to find out. Also, in the U.S. session, we have the CAD, has a lot of data coming out. It's got core CPI, core retail sales, and those are both high impact events. Just after, at about 11:15 a.m. on Wall Street, we have FOMC Dudley speaking. Let's just take a look, and I don't see anything for the weekend, so if you're planning on holding a trade over the weekend, you're okay to do that. All right, let's get talking about what's going on. Well, a lot of our currency pairs have moved to the upside, which is really surprising because it's contradicting what we have. We have dollar strength, and currency pairs are going against the dollar. So I'm really like trying to figure out what is going on, and just fundamentally what's going on. I don't know if it's people are getting out of the markets before the holiday next week, and of course end of month, and people are waiting for data to come out in December. Of course, being the FOMC, whether they're going to raise interest rates or not. And then we have our Christmas New Year's holiday, 8 days later. So I'm not sure why the markets are reacting the way they are. We have a lot of dollar strength, and we're not seeing that in the charts. I guess that's the best way to say it. And it's making trading a little challenging. I did take a loss yesterday. I took a Aussie dollar trade in London yesterday, and unfortunately I woke up early this morning to find I was stopped out, which was really crazy because there was no data that came out, and the data that came out late in New York yesterday was positive. They were good numbers. Philly Manufacturing Fed was probably the biggest one that came out, and it came out as a good number. So not quite sure what happened there, and we'll take a look at that chart in just a moment. All right, let's get to it. We don't want to be too long today. It's Friday. So let's take a look at the euro dollar. Here you can see how price just really jumped up here and just like took off. And folks, if you take a look at higher time frames, 1 hour, 4 hour daily, this is still very bearish. The euro dollar is bearish, and I probably should be going long here, but I'm not, because I just can't see long in the euro dollar. So I'm going to wait, and we'll see if we get a bearish formation at the London Open, which is going to be like 12 candles away because these are 30-minute charts. So I'd like to enter at 1.0706, and we'll get out at support at the S1 pivot at 1.0664. The other thing you can do is you can stick a trend line on there, see if it breaks a trend line to the upside, and buy it to resistance. So you're looking at like 0.730 and taking it up from there and see how it works. But just really going to have to watch fundamentals today. There's a lot of low impact data coming out, and some medium impact data coming out. So just, I see German Buba President Weidmann speaking again today. The pound has public sector net borrowing coming out today. These are medium impact news events that could affect our trading. All right, let's take a look at the pound. Again, if you take a look at this chart, this totally went to the upside, and now is back to the downside, and we're in a perfect spot to short this. So I put this trend line in here saying, well, at London, let's see if this pulls back up to this trend line and then gives me, a bearish candle, and I'll take it back down again. I don't know if I want to get into this before London. This is a big decision I need to make. We have plenty of room, and there's not a lot of price action left in the chart that I'm worried about. It's that 52.55 area, 52.50 area that I'd worry about, where you can see there's some support there that we have to keep in mind. But if you took it now, you got 20 pips, right? So you're going to be break even at least by, I'd be break even plus 3 pips or 4 pips at 20 pips of profit. So, well, we're just going to have to play this out and just watch it. But we got plenty of pips, and, we're going to get out at the S1 pivot at 1.5228. So we're looking to sell the pound dollar. Here's the Aussie dollar. You can see the red candles where I got in at 71.65, folks, and that's at, you see the last red candle from yesterday, and then that second one. Wow, that's where I got in at, and gee willikers willy, there she went, took off to the upside, and went up to 72.15, and my stop was at 71.98. So just popped me, and that was it. That was the end of that story. Time to move on and go to the next one. But due to good money management, and I was only in at 1/3 of my position, so it's not that big of a deal, and we take losses. That's welcome to trading. So now I'm saying, well, we're going to put a fib on here, and being that the Aussie wants to continue the upside, let's see if it wants to go to the upside. So we'll wait for a 38.2 pullback. We'll see if we can get in this at 0.7180. I don't have a target, and I don't have, unfortunately the stop's going to be pretty big because you're going to have to go down to that 0.7155 area to put your stop. You're going to have to give this room to breathe, right? Or 7150 to breathe. And so you're looking at like a 25, 30 pip stop, and hopefully you can get that back to the upside. I'd rather have a 2-to-1 ratio, to be honest with you. It's like 1-to-1's all right, but I'd rather have a 2-to-1 ratio in my trades. So we'll just see what happens here, and we'll just watch this. I don't think anything's going to happen here before London Open. Here's the Euro Aussie, worked out nicely yesterday, continuing the downtrend. I'm looking for an aggressive pullback here, folks. It's Friday, right? So if you look at all those candles coming down, all those people are going to be getting out of their positions. Well, if you sold, in order to get out of your position, you have to buy, right? So there's a good chance that price is going to just jump back up again. I'll be at that all-one pivot at 1.4986, and we'll sell it from there. There's a 200 exponential moving average, and we can take this down to 1.4879. I really want an aggressive pullback. And, this Euro Aussie's, moving 100 pips a day. So there's no reason we can't get this. And, 80 to 100, 120 pips a day. So we can get this pullback. It's good for pullbacks. And it's just sit and wait on this one. Just sit on your hands and wait, and it'll happen. All right, let's take a look at the Euro Yen. As you know, I'm bearish in the Euro Yen. Again, I put a trend line there, and we're at a perfect spot to short this. We've got a blue candle. I wouldn't want to be shorting a blue candle, but I like that it's a doji. So we have two dojis now, and do I want to short this in Asia, right, with no catalyst to move this one way or another? And if you look left of the chart, there's a lot of junk. So I will wait for London and see if this pulls back to this trend line or the daily pivot and take it from there. This is a tough one. This is a tough read, guys, on this Euro Yen. You're going to have to watch this real closely. Maybe go to a higher time frame. Maybe go take a look at a 1-hour chart, or go down and look at a 15-minute chart. I don't go lower than a 15-minute chart myself, but I would rather go to an hourly chart and see if we can get an entry there. And the drawdown's more because it's a higher time frame, but I think that's probably the better of the two. So I really would like to. I want to short this. If you look at the higher time frames, this is definitely bearish. So I do want to short it. The entry is key here. Right? Entry is key. We've got to get in this, but we got to get in it safely. I don't want a 50 and 60 pip stop. I want a 15 pip stop or a 12 pip stop, right? I don't want a 50 pip stop, especially on a Friday, because I surely don't want to hold a trade overnight. I normally do not hold trades overnight. I did last night, and I got stung. So it is what it is. So we'll see how this works. And it's just, where you want to enter, where you want to put your stop. If you entered it here, just give you an example, because I don't know what your account is and how you trade and what percentage you're willing to risk. Hopefully not over 5%. But, if you entered it here, you got to put your stop above that trend line. So you're looking at 131.95. So, you're at a 25 pip stop, 30 pip stop right now if you were to enter the trade here. Okay? All right, let's take a look at the New Zealand dollar. Here's another one that's just doing its thing. We did not get an entry yesterday. You all saw that price just continued to the upside. We never got close to our entry area. And what happened here again in New York, bam, boom, up she goes, which I don't understand. And now we're sideways, of course. We're in the inactive zone. So I'm looking for this pullback. I just don't want to buy the New Zealand dollar, folks. And there is some low-impact news coming out of New Zealand. Credit card spending year on year comes out. Actually, it should be out already, but there's no forecast, so it's not going to help us at all. So, of course, these photos of this chart was just taken within 30 minutes of me showing it to you, so apparently it didn't affect price action. But I want to sell this. don't want to buy this. I just don't feel comfortable buying it. So let's see if we can get a pullback and we'll sell it. We'll just have to watch it. Be careful on a Friday, folks. Just be careful. We got a lot of people speaking today. We got Draghi speaking, and I don't know. Just be careful. I love trading Fridays. I do. You can make some good pips on Fridays, but you just have to be alert. And unfortunately, sitting in front of your charts. Unfortunately, this is not one where you can set alerts and go shopping. You have to be in front of your charts. All right, traders, that wraps up our 6 currency pairs. I want to thank you for joining me on a Friday, November 20th, 2015. Traders, on behalf of myself, William Gilday, and our great friends at FXCL Excellence in Trading. Again, thanks for joining us this week. Remember, today is Friday, and we will have the Friday wrap-up sometime after the New York close. Traders, have a great trading day, and we'll catch you next time. Take care now. Bye-bye.